Man, that was a long sleep, bro. I definitely went to sleep after I got done with that live. I say about like 10, 15 minutes later, I was asleep. 10 or 15 minutes later, I was asleep. Uh, oh, what the hell? Oh, what's up with it? What's up with it? Sean Breezy. Hell yeah. What's up with it, Sean Breezy? Uh, man, I was a long sleep, bro. I slept like a long time. Man. Well, we're gonna talk about things that affect your dating life. Things that affect your dating life. Um, your weight, number one. Your weight at this job, man. Working a job that gets you nowhere. I told you, man. You do that Uber and Lyft, man. That stuff, so you ain't really making no money doing that. In your head, you thinking you making some money, but really you're not. I call Uber and Lyft fool's gold. Now don't get me wrong, when Lyft first started, before everybody knew what it was, Lyft and Uber, you was making some money because you didn't have a whole lot of competition. They throw you on the bus, man. They throw you up under the bus when they hire too many goddamn drivers. That's why I stopped doing that shit, bro. It wasn't really making any money, unless it was unless it was like an airport run or some shit like that. That's the only time I would make some money, man. Other than that, if it wasn't no airport run, them short rides, that was bullshit. They called Uber just to go 1 mile when they could have walked that mile, man. Them 1 or 2 mile trips, not worth your time, bro. Anyway, let's get back to what I was saying, man, bro. Things that affect your dating life. Number one is the weight, man. If you keep your weight under control, you'll do okay. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in your 40s or whatever, your weight got to be maintained, bro. I noticed the difference between me and Little Seven when I dropped some of that weight. She looks at me now. Before, I was invisible. She wouldn't even give me eye contact or nothing. But the moment I lost some weight, she started looking at me, bro. And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, your weight does matter, bro. If you are overweight, bro, you're going to have a hard time. You better have a whole lot of money if you're overweight. Number two, your height, man. See, I'm 5'9", 5'10". Like maybe 5'9" and a half or something like that. So that affects my dating life. If I was taller, let's say like 6 foot, I would have got more women, bro. If I was taller, man, I wouldn't struggle with as much. Your weight and your height, your body build, everything, it affects your dating life. And not to mention looks. Looks is part of looks are a part of weight and height and all that stuff, you know. But your facial features, see what gets women for me is my eye area. My eye area is one of my best features. And the most important thing on your body to attract females is your eyes. That's what got me pussy coming up when I was younger, man. The eye area. Even my ex-girlfriend, she was like, well, you're not that tall, but you're taller than me. You know, see, some women, they don't know really what they want, man. They say they want a motherfucker that's 6 foot, you know. They say they want a motherfucker that's 6 foot, but then they see you 5'9", you know, attractive, right, to them, and they'll make an exception. You feel what I'm saying? For you. My girlfriend did the same thing, cause my ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend, she did the same thing. She was like, you're not 6 foot, you're not that tall, but you're taller than me. You know, cause her ex-boyfriend was like 6 foot something. But it's kind of like, you know, me, myself, I don't like short females, but Little Seven, I'll make the exception for her because she's short and cute. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same thing for them. They might not like men under 6 feet tall, but if you show up and you handsome, you're under 6 feet tall, you're about 5'9", 5'10", you know what I'm saying? Then they'll make an exception. They'll still sleep with you and shit. Because remember I was telling you that girl at that bar that I met a while back, she was telling me how much she liked dudes who are 6'2", 6'3". For what I'm saying? But yet, she was making out with me. she was making out with me and shit. I'm like, this broad don't know what she want. She talking about she want a motherfucker that's 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? She want a man that's 6 foot tall and this and that, but then she making out with me. You know, boy, they really don't know what they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, number one is your face. Yeah, your face. Can she deal with your face? Some guys got a sub-5 face, man, and that's what helps them up. That, you know, like I said, man, I turn sub-5 when I'm overweight. When I'm overweight, I'm sub-5, man. I'm below average looking. But as long as I keep the weight under control, man, I won't be sub-5. Yep. And you gotta know how to talk to him. Yeah, you gotta know how to talk to him. You know, feel the vibe out and shit. Next is the way you dress. Kelcap, I've been wearing the same goddamn hat for like weeks. I'm gonna get me a new hat, don't worry. I just been lazy and shit. But the way you dress, man, that affects your dating life. I remember one time I went on a date with some dirty ass shorts and I didn't realize they were dirty until me and a girl had a falling out and she talked about how bad my shorts were dirty. She talked about my shorts bad. So I looked, with your dirty ass pants. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I went on a date like that. Wait. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Number 2, I mean, well, whatever number I'm at, your teeth. See, I ain't got bad teeth, but they need some work. Once I get my teeth filled up with good teeth, white teeth, you know, pearly white teeth, then my dating life will get better. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff, it affects your dating life, man. You wonder why you're struggling. You gotta take a good look at yourself, man. Am I overweight? You know, am I fat? Do I got fucked up ass teeth? Am I sub 5? Am I sub 5? Am I very short? You know what I'm saying? Like the height matters too, man. The only way I've been getting by, bro, because I'm short. Well, I'm not short, but I'm average. I'm average height, and I got a good eye area to some females. You feel what I'm saying? You know, cause back when I was up on enhancements, I noticed the difference with women, bro. Your penis size. Well, me, I'm kind of too big for some females. For some females, I'm just right. Let's say I'm around 7 or 8 inches, bro. Somewhere around there, 7 or 8 inches, which is a good size. You know what I'm saying? But some females I'm too big for. Some females I'm just right. So I make the cut on that. You know, I make the cut. You know, so a lot of that stuff that affects your dating life, man. It has always. Oh yeah, another thing, your age, man. Shit. Like I said, as long as you keep working out, bro, and keep that body fat percentage low, man, you know, you'll do good with young females too. Like, not all of them, but you'll catch a few. Don't get me wrong. As long as you keep your weight under control, baby. Keep that weight under control. If you don't, you're gonna get like lower eye looks and everything. You gonna her eye gonna be low to the ground, bro. When you come around, she ain't gonna look you in the face, bro. I mean, I noticed when I drop weight, females start looking at me in the face a lot more. You feel what I'm saying? They look me in the face and they stare and shit. So yeah, the weight, man, that's number one too, bruh. That affects your life big time. You can't have a big old gut, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't have man boobs, man. You can't have man titties. You know? And being gym maxed is what they call it, man, that's crucial for your attractiveness. You feel what I'm saying? Being gym maxed, working out, keeping your arms and back and neck and shoulders and legs and six pack. You feel what I'm saying? That's all important, man. It's crucial, bro. It'll bring more women your way if you work out. You know? Yeah, being too skinny, yup. Exactly, Sean Breezy. If you're too skinny, bro, females ain't gonna deal with you, bro. That was Tupac's problem. He was so skinny. And 5 foot something. You know what I'm saying? That's why he couldn't really get women when he was coming up, man. He was too skinny. You gotta put some meat on your bones, man. Gain some muscle, man. Oh, come on, man. We got this shit again. You guys are killing me with the leaf blowers, bro. You interrupted my goddamn live, man. So all that stuff, man, affects your dating life. I noticed that, man. You know, as soon as I dropped the weight, they start looking at me a lot more. I still got some more body fat percentage to lose, man. I'm not done. I gotta drop about 5 more pounds and I'm good. Today we're only gonna have a coffee drink. That's it. That's all we're gonna have, man. It's a coffee drink for breakfast. You feel what I'm saying? So all that stuff, man, it affects your life, bruh. Your dating life. you know, weight, height, you know, your facial features, everything. Like I said, man, the only thing that saved me, bro, was my eyes. That has always been saving me through my whole entire life. My eyes, my eyes, my eyes. I done heard females say I had nice eyes and shit, bro. They told me that, man, when I was coming up in my 20s, man, they told me how good my eyes look. You have nice eyes. You have nice eyes. And when you hear that, you're like, oh, okay, thank you. So I do got nice eyes. When you get that feedback, man, you know what's, well, you know what's cooking. You feel what I'm saying? You get that feedback, nice eyes, nice eyes, nice eyes. You know, I got the hunter eyes. That's what they call with Chaz and Tyrone's. So I got a Tyrone eye area, but I got an average guy's jaw. Yeah, your facial features too, man. If you got a recessed jaw or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, that'll fuck you up. You know, I need to get more fat off my face. So today we're gonna work out hard today. We're going hard. We're doing side kicks. We're doing squats. We're doing sprints. You feel what I'm saying? We're doing front snap kick squat. Front snap kick squat. Front snap kick squat. I do about 20 of those a piece. You know what I'm saying? Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all up to 20. You know? But none affects women. Women can get fat and ugly and still get a dude. Yeah. Why? Because we got testosterone in our body. So we gotta fuck something. We got, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you ain't got nothing else and all you got is that land well, you're gonna be fucking that land well, bro. For some people, not me. I don't know. It depends how our face look. You know what I'm saying? Women can have double chins, and you can still be attracted to them. But a man, if a man got a double chin, man, as you know, my double chin has, minimized itself. It's still kind of there though, but it's not bad as it was. Cause motherfuckers, when I got up online, people would tease me about my double chin. I'm like, man, stop. I was like, stop teasing me, man, cause I'm getting old. I'm getting old, god damn it. I'm supposed to have a double chin. Well, you can minimize that double chin by working out. I noticed LL Cool J got a double chin too a little bit. But it's not hella big and shit, you know what I'm saying? You can minimize it. It'll never go away because it's part of your genetics. But you could minimize it, meaning you could shrink it. As you can see, I still got more work to do. I still got to drop more body fat percentage. That's where the sprints come in, baby. The sprints will burn all kinds of body fat off you, man. I've been sprinting longer too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I done seen women with double chins and I still want to fuck them, man. Testosterone. And men will settle. We ain't that picky like women are. Because they ain't got all that testosterone in their body. You feel what I'm saying? Like me, I tried to fuck sub 5 stalker because my testosterone. Nigga, I ain't got laid in like 2 years. Yeah. And she has some nice watermelon titties. God damn, sub 5 stalker did have some nice titties, bro. That's what got me started. I didn't know she had titties like that. But that goes to show, man, it doesn't take much for men to get, to get off. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take it doesn't take us much to be like, oh yeah, I want to fuck her. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely women have an easier time dating, man. You know, they got an easier time to get sex. For some of you females that come around my channel, you know what I'm talking about. You bitches got an easier time getting sex than men. You do. We struggle because of other men, competition. You know, getting laid. Aim for a track and field body. Yeah, yeah. That's what you need to do. Yeah, track and field, lean. You could be bulky and stuff, man, but it's best to be lean. That's why I do them sprints, man. Them sprints keep me down, man. I do at least about 6 of those things, man. 6 sprints, and now I'm sprinting longer now. I'm like, instead of sprinting going toward traffic, I sprint to the other side of the parking lot because it's a longer sprint. So I burn more calories and burn more fat. You know what I'm saying? Sprint until you can't sprint no more. Don't be limited. Keep going until you can't go no more. That's how you get the best bang for your buck. So all that stuff, man, all them qualities, bro, and all them goddamn, you know, things that I just said, bro, it affects your dating life. You know, that's why dudes saying, well, I need to get a passport. I need to go overseas. These women out here, they too goddamn picky. Yeah, because women got a whole lot of options. Especially if she has a big behind. Man, good luck. She got a nice round, onion-shaped booty. You're going to have a hard time getting that. Yeah. Oh yeah, being broke. Let's talk about that. As you know, Kelcat man is on his bag chase. I'm broke, being poor, but I got a goal. You know what I'm saying? Your finances, man, that's important, bro. Especially if you get over 30. Cause I remember when I was younger, bro, nobody asked me about my finances, man. They didn't talk about what I did for a living. They didn't care. But as soon as I got over like 30, 35, all of a sudden I'm hearing, so what do you do for a living? what do you do for a living? You know? And I'm like, oh, okay. Next question. Sidestep that question, nigga. Like, oh, your nails so good looking. I like your nails. Just blinded with that shit right there. You know. You know. Yeah, being poor can limit your choices. Yes. I always say that all the time, man. Like, you know, you get the bag, you're gonna have a whole lot more options instead of being limited. That's why guys go out there and get the money, man, because they don't want to be living at the bottom for the rest of their life, bro. They're not comfortable with that. You feel me? They're not comfortable with living at the bottom, being poor and dusty their whole entire life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Broke can fuck your life up. And now the thing is, when you are young, you can get away with being broke, bruh. If you're 22, 23, you don't have to be out there, you know, trying to floss or show off your money, you know what I'm saying, to get females. You don't have to do all that. That's why when I hear a young guy say, oh, well, you shouldn't be tricking for these bitches. Don't spend money on these hoes. Don't do that. I'm like, you don't have to, bro. You're 22 years old. You're in a different fucking, like, you know, you're in a different time of your life. You know, you got your youth, you got your health. You know what I'm saying? You ain't 40 something like me, bro. Because it becomes more about your wallet the older you get. I tell niggas that all the time. You know, unless you're Chad or Tyrone, no. It affects their life too, but it doesn't affect their sex life. Now, long-term relationships and stuff like that, it'll affect their long-term relationships and stuff like that. Chad and Tyrone could be broke and get sex, yeah, but you know, they will have a hard time trying to call the shots in the relationship if they're broke. Okay, look what happened to Keke Palmer, man, and her boyfriend. He couldn't get no respect in that house. That's why he was jumping on her and stuff. It'll affect them too. Being broke affect them. Chad and Tyrone, yeah, they gotta get their money on too. But they don't have to get access to sex. They only have, man, they don't, all they gotta do is look like Chad and Tyrone and they get sex, bro. All they gotta do is look like Chad or Tyrone and they get sex. The panties come off. But they gotta limit it. I mean, they gotta like Chad and Tyrone, eventually you're gonna get old too. So it's like, free sex can only last so long. Getting sex for free, that can only last so long. Because eventually Chad and Tyrone, they start getting old too. They start getting in their 40s and 50s. And it ain't like what it used to be, buddy. Cough up the money. But I gotta go, man. I gotta get in here and get some coffee in me, man. You guys have a good day. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.